Well, that's unfortunate. We can't hear your voice.
That's fine. That's still.
Alright. Hello. Testing for Ultra Titan. You want to speak, Ultra? Right. I wish I could. It's already at the max, unless I put up more volume on my mic. Hold on. Testing yet again.
Your audio is fine. It's just mine's very quiet.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Anyways, sorry for the inconvenience to everybody who's watching right now. Anyways, we're back on. Welcome to RPL at Great Britain. We're in full quali right now, and we have half the field already done their lap. Again, sorry for the inconvenience. We're trying to sort everything out. Twitch has not been working for us. Anyways, you're joined by your commentators, TTM Haters and Ultra Titan. So we're gonna be joined by a quiet Titan. We'll try to fix that as we go along, but in the meantime, we'll manage. Anyways, while everything's been going on, so far the times have been Curtis is right now in provisional pole with a 25.9, with Remy, who's already retired. I don't know if he retired in pits or he crashed out. Anyways, we have Ritzy in P3, Zombie Kira P4, Brazy P5, DS Coffee right now on his flying lap, I believe. With a 27.2, he'll be looking to improve. In the McLaren with SSR Husky, Just Sanders, Billion, BJ2, JL Ben, Arrow, TTM Stenner, Budweiser, and Dubsy, and Takumi. Takumi has already been disqualified off screen. And well, that's as much as I found out so far. So I believe most people will only do one lap for their first quality. I don't think a lot of people will put too much effort into this. Message from who? Zampa? Got a message from you. On Discord?
Yeah. There you go. Stand up, see all of that.
Right, we'll try that. Let's see if that works for you. Audio. Some bad times in the commentator booth right now. Everything not going as planned. Hopefully, for the drivers involved, everything will be okay. Just wait for me a second. I'll invite Ultra Titan back in. We'll see if we can get his audio clear and loud for everybody to hear. Welcome back, Titan. I hope this clears up any audio issues. We have full audio. Is it working? Anybody in the chat wanna mention if we can hear Titan? We can. The sultry voice of Ultra Titan. Also wanna mention shout out to AJ Mars in the chat. Also complimenting my voice. Thank you, AJ. It's a bit unfortunate because I would have liked 2 clear voices for today's stream, but I don't know if I did anything wrong trying to load into the Twitch app or if it's something on Twitch's side. AJ can only hear JD. Oh. You're tough out of luck, Titan, I think. I don't know how else I can get your voice in through here unless I don't know. WhatsApp or something. A new party? We can try that. Let me try that.
I'm just checking my accessories, see if I've got something.
You check that first.
You can hear me fine.
I can hear you fine, but the chat can't hear you.
And also make sure the settings is allowed, so as in Artudo is allowed and also.
It already is, because all that I never really changed.
Goodness.
I know.
Party back when in hopefully it works.
And check your accessories. I'm gonna give you like a minute or 2, and then I'll invite you.
You want me to leave?
Nah, I'll leave. I'll leave. Right. I made a new party. Hopefully that's a quick fix. I'm not even too sure if it will work. Hopefully it does. To get some time for time. Check his settings. I already checked my own settings before starting this, and everything's where it should be. Party audio is included. It's supposed to be. The audio mix is also all the way to the max. So I don't know why Titan is so faint. Hopefully we can get this sorted. Anyways, first quality is pretty much done and over with. The only person who still hasn't put in the time Dubsy will ride him for a little bit. Dubsy in the Renault. So far, most people have already done their times. Dubsy cutting it. Ooh. Cuts. I forgot the name for that corner, but he just cuts it. Does a little bit too shallow. Invalidates his timing. He still has some 2 minutes to at least set one decent lap. Hopefully he can get to that. Meanwhile, now that there's not much going on, let me invite Ultra Titan back in the party, and then hopefully we can get him, or he invited me. Well, actually, let's test that out first, and maybe that way we can do some reverse. Okay. Do you think that will work now? Titan. These are some emu moments in the commentator's booth right now. I don't think we had this much trouble in the booth as much as we did today. I don't know what's going on, I really don't. This is a bit confusing for me. I'm working. Do a little bit of echo into the chat. Yes? No? I hope that's a yes. While you're sorting that out, Dubsy's on for a good lap. He's the last person to put in at least one lap time. We'll see what kind of time he will put it up. His teammate from Maximum today is in P3 right now with 26.3, so let's see if Dubsy can get something very similar, anything close to that. Just 2 more corners left. Coming around the last bend, and puts in a 27.1. Solid lap, solid lap. Yeah, he is easily through, and that's everybody's time into the board. Qualifying over. I don't think other people are really on their laps. I think mostly everyone's just coming back into the pits to retire, so this... You're not that audible. Oh. Just in case anyone's wondering, Titan is cursing Twitch. Oh, hello. XRL Steel has joined the lobby as well. We have an uninvited guest. Oh, good. He's left the session. Well, that's fortunate. At least we don't have any people randoms messing up this whole lobby. Alright, so as we wait for everyone to return into the pits, we're gonna take this chance and see if we can try one more time to see if we can get some Titan's voice in here. So Titan, I'm going to leave the party, make a new one, invite you into that one, and then just see if that works.
Make sure to do it.
Yes.
Although Brazy and Dubsy on the exact same lap.
I believe they already finished, no? Should be. Yeah, but Dubs... Oh, they are, yeah. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't catch that. Dubsy and Brazy actually have the same lap time. That's actually funny. Father and son moment there. Anyways, before we go into Q2, yeah, before we go into Q2. Meanwhile, my mom is calling me and I can't even answer her call because I'm commentating for this. Please let this work.
Let's hope it works. Turn my party order down. I don't hear any opening.
With some good faith, we will perceive.
I'm just very quiet. Like, am I personally quiet?
No, on Xbox, I can hear you loud and clear. I don't know why Twitch is making your voice so low. I mean, if I go into Twitch settings again, I mean, everything is where it's supposed to be. Oh.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, unless you want to, you know, scream your entire commentary. Just scream into your mic and it will come out as like your normal volume. I mean, you won't bother anybody, I'd imagine. Who's awake at this hour? Yes, it is. If I check onto your profile, your volume's already to the max. I can't put it up more than it already is.
Twitch just dimming my voice. Twitch cannot accept the fact of my sweet voice. Very mean.
It is very mean. Twitch is denying your voice. Apparently Twitch has a personal vendetta against you. I already did, AJ. I went to the party chat, I clicked on his name, and his volume is to the max as it can be. I honestly don't know what else it could be, because I even checked Twitch settings, and even in the Twitch settings, the party audio is to the max. Like, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. Even my personal preferences are in open. Nothing should be restricted. It's... I don't know, it's confusing. I honestly don't know why. Anyways, going back into qualifying, starting for Q2. I think our first person out was SSR Husky. I'm pretty sure I saw him go out as the first car, so we can ride with him for this moment. Husky in the Haas. Husky, no doubt, will be able to put in a very decent lap. He's a very quick driver. And even in the Haas, I'm sure he's going to put in a solid time. Husky pushing the Haas as much as he can. Gets a little bit of a wobble at the end of that. Manages to keep it together. And down into sector 3. Nice and tidy, no real drama, just a little bit of traffic up ahead, but nothing too serious. 2 last corners around him. Husky will come in with our first time for this session. It's going to be at 1:27.2. Very, very solid. The person next. Stanner. Our next person into Williams. Arrow 2074. DS Coffee in the Ferrari. And AlphaTauri is next. J.O. Ben. Same with Ritzy and the Alfa Romeo. A McLaren coming too. Everything is Craig. Craig also putting in a very solid lap. Maximin the second, Renault coming through. Gets in. About 138, I think that must have been a lap that must have been very watched. Not representative of what he can actually do. Racing Point next, I believe is Budweiser. Budweiser, also a very quick driver. And in Racing Point, has a strong chance of putting it up there. Comes around and it puts in a 25.9, our first person into the 25s today. Very quick time from Budweiser. Our resident Emu is on his lap too as well in the Red Bull. Coming into Maggots and Beckett's, but who else is closer to the starting line? Zampa just coming out. And Brazy is our next person across the line. Brazy, very quick driver as well, shows a lot of potential in RT races. In the AlphaTauri today, where can he put that car? We'll put it into the 26.2. Very impressive. Maxime 2 putting in a second lap. And yeah, a bit of a split strategy between everybody. I think there's the one track where it doesn't make too big of a difference. This is generally a soft to medium strategy on this track, or medium to soft. I think either way you go through it, still be almost the same amount of race time. Remy in the McLaren coming up next. Remy, what will he do on the McLaren? Another thing to note is on that medium, so how well can he qualify on those tires? Puts him up to P10 and a 27.3. It's a decent lap, but it puts him in danger to be eliminated. Wonder if he will be comfortable with that lap or will he try again? Zombie Kira is our next person in the Mercedes. Now, coming through into the last two bends. How well can she do? She comes across the line and it's a 1:26.7. A very solid lap as well. And we got a prediction started in the chat. Win sandwiches if you make the correct prediction. Ah, okay. That's just what it always says. Bradley Johnson to finish P5 or higher today. What do you think, Tyan? I know, but I'm not gonna be talking to myself while you're here in the party not doing anything. I mean, I can talk to myself, but then I just sound like a crazy person. Oh, I'm glad I'm not alone. It's weird at first. Anyways, who else is trying to set up a lap? Arrow is going quicker. He's already quicker. He's already quicker. Ooh. Tough luck for Arrow. Charisma, the only person yet to put in a time. There's about 5 minutes left. We can see if he can put in a decent lap time here. Ride with him for a little bit. just casing each apex through Magus and Beckett's, keeping it nice and tidy, no drama. Purple sector 2, we'll see if that's true. Coming around Stowe. And with the last 2-3 corners left, it's a very nice exit, no wheel spin, no drama, comes across the line, and it's a 25.8. Charisma showing his pace today. Budweiser also right now coming out of the pits, he will be setting another lap time. Our next person is a McLaren, I believe, of Remy, but Remy's in his outlap, so Renault is next. Dubsy is also not outlap. And AlphaTauri of JL Ben, but JL Ben looks like he invalidated his lap. So, is the Renault or Formula Maximum? Formula Maximum our next car to be on a hot lap. Right now, sitting in P8, in danger of getting eliminated. Will he put in a better lap time to be safe, to make it into Q3? We will find out. Gets really deep into the inside of there. It gets a nice exit, gets a purple sector 2. He is up in his time by 4/10, so we'll see, can he keep it under control? Will he be able to make a good time? Into the last 2 corners as a car teleports in front of them and then disappears for some odd reason, comes across the line as a 26.2, a much improved lap time from before, and that should keep him safe into Q3. Remy? I don't think his name is by far the hardest name out of anybody's here.
I think so.
If you try to say his entire name, Remixo. Ooh, but Remy puts in a great lap, 26.1. Budweiser on another lap. Although he doesn't need to set up another lap, I think this is more of a statement. I think he just wants to prove that he can win today. I think that is a general thinking. As qualifying is going on, off into the back of the scenes, my mom is breaking my phone, but Budweiser comes in with a 25.3, goes half a second faster than Charisma. So yeah, like I said before, he didn't really need to do that. I think that was just more of a statement. Meanwhile, my mom is blowing up my phone, and I kind of want to take that call because I have no idea what it is. Yeah, except no one can hear you. Meanwhile, who will I stick with in the meantime? An echo around my mic. I don't even know how to do that, but Okay. Alright. Just, I'll be back, chat. Well, give me quick 2 minutes. Right. Well, I'm back. Have you been testing out if you come out very clearly into the stream? Oh no, that's even worse. Well, anyways, while I was gone, apparently Dovesy, DS Coffee, Husky, JL Bend, and Arrow have been eliminated. Although the cutoff time was very close. I mean, between Ritzy and Dovesy is only a couple thousands. Zombie Kira might have the advantage in the later half of the race when she goes onto the softs. Will be interesting to see, but now will be the top 10 shootout. So into Q3, our top 10 including Craig, Charisma, Zombie Kira, Stenner, Remy, Zampa, Budweiser, Ritzy, Brazy, and Formula Maxim. I think one thing to note I'm finding kind of funny, I think there's almost a car for each team into Q3. There's a McLaren, a Red Bull, Mercedes, a Williams, a Ferrari, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo. A Haas is the only car who didn't make it, right? A Haas of Husky. So close. But it was a funny tidbit. Or at least I find it funny. Anyways, Stenner's our first car out onto the track in the Williams. Stenner already doing a very good job of putting that Williams into Q3. That alone is already worth mentioning. Oh, that's no biggie. I mean, it makes sense. We couldn't make it happen. Yeah. No, of course, yeah. I mean, it's weird. I don't know why, what went wrong, because I'm pretty sure all of the settings are where it's supposed to be. But it is strange. Yeah, I don't know. wheel in-game or as in the steering wheel, as in a rig? I don't think it does. I think it only shows the inside temperature, but not the surface one. Well, he is fourth. Stenner's our first car. Right behind Stenner is Ritzy, and then behind him is Zampa. Right when Stenner's just a bit. Stenner. Let's see how far can you push a Williams. Be interesting to see. Williams chassis is not a good one. The only benefit it has is the fact it has a Mercedes power unit, but other than that, it's still a very bad chassis. This first example is up next, 26.4. Craig 26.6. Zamikiro, but 26 flat. Alpha Tari next. Brazy gonna start his lap. So maxing our next car to cross the line. He's do very well. Keeping it nice. Maxime putting in 25s right now out of the box. Very solid lap. Charisma to 25.5s. Remy is starting his lap, so. Oh, we're still missing. Ritzy, I believe, is our next car. Racing the Alfa Romeo, also another car that's very slow down the straight and understeering into the corners. So let's see how far can Ritzy push the Alfa Romeo. Comes across the line and it is a 26.8. Little bit of a contact, maybe no, probably not. Remy, our next car in the McLaren, goes really wide through Magnussen Beckes, doesn't get a good exit out of into the hangar straight. We'll see how much time that will cost him. Coming across the line, and he will be putting it into P6 right into the 26.4s. Our last car to set at least one lap is Budweiser, who's already shown to be really on point today. We'll see. Will he get into the 25s? So, Ultradine, it's completely your choice if you want to stay or if you want to finish any homework you need to do if you so desire. It would logically, yes, be more efficient of your time. It is still unfortunate that we couldn't sort this out, but you know, maybe for next time. For you next one. I'll be free next Wednesday, so we can try this again, and then hopefully we'll have the stream that. I'll message Zampa, see if there was anything wrong when we were doing it. I don't think there was, but I couldn't really find anything. Yeah. Budweiser putting a nice lap out of the box with a 25-1. He's very racy today. And as Ultra Time has left the party. A bit unfortunate that he could not be with me commentating, but unfortunately his audio was not included. No idea why. But hopefully next week we can sort that out. In the meantime, I guess it will just be a solo mission from here on out with yours and truly's JDM haters. So nowadays I go by TTM, but you know, JDM has always been such a staple. I've been so used to it. Zamakiri, I think, is our only car right now. He's gonna go set up a last time. Meanwhile, everybody else is staying in the pits. Probably gonna wait until the last 2 minutes to come out of the box. So in the meantime, we'll be riding with Zombie Kira in the Mercedes. We'll see what kind of lap time she'll be putting in. No doubt it will be very quick. Keeps it very tight. This turn, not necessarily the right line, but it's still a very nice one. As our Halo has joined our lobby. Ooh, Vazami Kira pushing it a little bit too wide out of Cobbs and just invalidates. That is unfortunate. If she can just book it back into the pits and then come back again, she'll probably have another time for just one more lap, but unfortunate there. He is starting his lap already, so too sure what my game just called the biggest lag I've had. I'm hoping that is not a sign of any issues. I hope that's not gonna happen. But we'll keep pretending that didn't happen. We'll pretend just that didn't happen and we'll just keep going. So, back on Carizzo's lap through Magus and Beckett's. Very nice exit out of there, coming into Stowe. Very high speed corner. Keeps it a little bit too tight through here. Not allowing the car to rotate as much, but it's still going to be a very good time. Did he improve? No, he did not. Did not improve on that lap, and he will stay at a 25.5. So our next car, Kira, who, well, it has been on an invalidated lap, so will not be with her. Zampa will be our first car starting our lap out of the traffic behind him, as Takumi has joined the lobby. I was pretty sure Takumi was already in here. I did not notice him if he left or not, but that could be my own connection, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways. Not noticed, but Brazy actually just finished his flying lap and he gets into the 25.9. Very close to Formula Maximum, couple thousands between the both of them. Very nice lap from Brazy. Let's go back with Zampa, the leader of this pack of cars. Coming around. Check out lap data too. Let's see if he is improving. Zampa in the Ferrari, also another car that's not very good on power tracks. We'll see just how much is he pushing this car. Can he get in a good lap time? Zampa 3/10 up on his time. A purple sector 2. This is looking very good out of the SSR, man. Comes across the line. Let's see how much he can improve. Does he improve? And he goes P3 with a 25.8. Good lap out of him. Remy across the line too. Also improves 3/10 into the 26.1s. Formula Maxim does not improve. I think he already had a 25.7. The Alfa Romeo next of Ritzy, who's 2/10 up on his time. Coming across the line, and it is a 26.5. Improves, but not enough to improve his position. Stenner also coming out, but ooh, Stenner pushing the Williams car way too hard and just has a moment right on the last corner and appears to finish his qualifying session in just a spin. So no improvement from Stenner. And I believe that is it for qualifying. Everybody's done with their laps. So pole position belongs to Budweiser in the Racing Point with a 125.1. 4/10 clear of the next person behind them, Charisma, with 25.5 in the Red Bull. Meanwhile, behind him, everybody else is much more closer. Formula Maxim in P3 for 25.7. Zampa in the Ferrari, putting in a 25.8. Brazy also in the AlphaTauri, probably the slowest car out of the bunch, in the 25.9. That is our top 5 for at least now. Then I'll go back down the order again once everything loads in. But a very good showing from Budweiser. Budweiser putting on pole, showing the need to win today's race. Budweiser looking very eager to win. Meanwhile, everybody behind them. As I go down from P6 to 10, Zombie Kira in the Mercedes with a 126 flat. Zombie Kira will be the only person to start on the mediums once we get to the grid. She'll have the upper hand later on. Then Remy right behind her in the McLarens in the P7 with a 26.1. Behind them, Stenner in the Williams, putting a very good showing in the very slow car with a 26.2. And then behind him is Craig and Ritzy in the McLaren and Alfa Romeo respectively, putting in very close times into the 26.5 and 7. So that's it for qualifying, and now we can move on to the race. And it appears to be a very overcast day. I wonder if there is going to be any rain on this race. I'm not too sure. I've not been informed if there is any rain. Obviously there is going to be a race. I mean, why would it be not here? So as we wait for everybody to settle in, put their fuel load, and decide what lap to go in. It's very overcast. I'm not entirely sure if it is going to rain. I'm not been informed if there is, but we will see. Anyways, for everybody who's still watching, everybody is in the chat. A quick question. I wonder if any of you guys are hearing any echo from my mic. I know my mic is not the best one around. Sometimes I get complaints of echo. So if anybody in the chat wants to mention if there's any echo, as Zampa has ready up, so we will soon be getting underway. So yeah, if anybody can hear an echo, just let me know and I will try to fix it. Most of the time it's just my mic volume. But if we're all good to go, then don't worry about it. So, as I was going through the top 10 earlier before, as we move down the field some more, Joker Cox saying all good from his end, thank you very much. As long as my voice is coming clear, that is all I ask for. So anyway, from qualifying on the last 10 positions that we were going through, Dovesy in the P11. Dovesy opting out for the medium tires, probably the best position to do that, considering that would be pole if you weren't on the top 10. Dovesy in the Renault, so behind them is DS Coffee in the Ferrari, also opting out for the mediums. Husky right behind them in the Haas, as well in the mediums. I have get a feeling that everyone's going on the mediums that's been outside the top 10. JL Bend in the AlphaTauri in P14. Arrow in the Red Bull down in P15. Oddly enough, opting out for the soft tires. So Arrow looking to make up lots of positions in the first couple laps. And oh, Joker is Halo. Halo, I didn't know that was your Twitch name. What's up, man? Nice to have you here. Nice to see you drop by. Also saw you drop by in the lobby. Right behind Arrow would be Billion in the second Haas. Bradley Johnson in the Mercedes. Right behind him, Just Sanders in the Alfa Romeo. They're running out in P20 is Takumi in the Racing Point. Takumi also on the stops, looking to make up lots of positions early on. So this will be interesting to see. There'll be some good battles in the front and some good battles in the rear. As I can, let's see if we can get a good camera position. All these cameras kinda, well, all these cameras kinda, they're kinda bad, I'm not gonna lie. Can I get a good one? A decent one, please? No? Oh, apparently not. Well, I will. This is the best one I can do so far. Okay, we'll manage. Anyways, it's 3, 2, 1. And away we go. It's the start of RPO. Budweiser getting a good exit. Everybody coming into turn 1. Let's see if there's any drama. Can anyone get through clean? Lots of people shifting up and down. Moves are already getting done. Zombie Kira already trying to get a move onto Zampa. Everybody keeping it nice and tight. But ooh, there's an M plate somewhere in the distance. A little bit of contact between some people. Everybody trying to get settled in, trying to find their space on the track. As everyone tries to form a single file line. As Arrow right behind DS Coffee trying to make a move on the outside. We'll ride with him. Arrow with the advantage with the soft tires, trying to get the position on DS Coffee. They're still side by side coming into Cops. Will one of them yield? DS Coffee still hanging in there. DS Coffee comes across, but Arrow takes it back. They're still going to be side by side into Magus and Beckett's. How are they going to negotiate this? Are they still clean, still by side? As the Hawk behind them of Husky looking to take advantage, coming up to the rear on the gearbox of Arrow. Lots of people trying to make up decisions as quick as they can. It's still side by side, Arrow and DS Coffee, but Arrow looks like he will have to yield for the moment. Lots of action already from the get-go, and some good showings from everybody. As Firerizer right now leading the pack. Let's go up ahead as the timing is all glitched out as always. Remy on the Williams of Stenner, trying to see if he can look for a move. Doesn't quite make it. Will still try to hang around. Stenner, who is ghosting. I'm not entirely sure if Stenner liked down. There's no message for me if he did. appears he isn't still. Remy still trying to get ahead, but lots of things going in. Remy going down the inside, which becomes the outside of here. Trying to hang on the outside, but Stenner not giving any room. And oh, there's a little bit of contact between Stenner and Remy. Kind of squeezed him out just a bit, but Remy's still on the gearbox of Stenner. Trying to follow him through into Magnussen Beckett. Will he make a move down the hanger straight? Lots of people making moves early on, but it's to be expected. Great for it in Silverstone. Probably a notorious track for DRS train. Once the race gets settled down, it's so hard to make any moves because of how powerful DRS is on this circuit. Let's move up ahead. Anything else is going on as far now. Budweiser still leading the pack, but he's actually running away. Already built up 1.8, almost 2-second gap between him and Formula Maxim. Budweiser having a very good, strong pace right now. Formula Maxim not able to really match up with him, as Charisma is right behind him, trying to get for P2. As the DRS, I think, is enabled already, so this will be the start of the DRS train. Charisma with DRS open. Will he be making a move on Formula Maxim? Yes, he does. Sends it into the inside. Gets the move done. A very nice and clean move. No drama there. Gets it done. Formula Maxim trying to recover, hang on the back of him. Meanwhile, Brazy right behind him in P4. But we'll see here. Formula Maxim still pretty close to Charisma, but the difference of the cars between the Red Bull and Renault kind of showing here. Move down the order. Everything else is still pretty nicely clean. Ritzy on Craig. It looks like these are close to the battle right now. Ritzy trying to hang in there through Magnussen Beckett, but not a particularly strong section of the track for the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo does not have a good turn in. Appears to have lost a little bit of ground on Craig. But Ritzy showing some good pace in the Alfa Romeo, already in P10. There's a couple people already getting their first penalties. Budweiser continuing to pull through. Budweiser putting in a fastest lap of 1:28.8. Already built up a gap of 3 seconds almost between him and Charisma. Budweiser looking very strong today. And move down the order. Most people have settled down already, but everybody's still very close between each other. I think this is one of those instances, anybody makes a mistake and you lose just about all your positions. You would probably end up down to last place if you make a mistake at this point. Meanwhile, down the order, Bradley and Just Sanders bringing up the rear, just probably a little bit behind, but I don't think anything not to worry. I'm sure they'll be back up to the pack as soon as they get there, so we can go back up. Zampa trying to get past Zombie Kira. This is the battle for P5. Zombie Kira getting it all wrong. Magnussen Beckett has to concede a position to Zampa, and is getting now under attack by Stenner. Stenner also taking advantage, getting passed through, and so is by Remy. Zombie Kira getting absolutely eaten down the hanger straight. Getting passed by 3 cars. Zombie Kira trying to regain her composure, trying to defend her position as much as she can. Now she's under attack by Craig Conley. Craig gonna have to give her some space and trying to make a move somewhere else, but just like I said before, all it takes is one mistake, and one little mistake will end up costing you 2-3 positions. This is the nature of this track. Zombie Kira, oh, Zombie Kira losing it through turn 1, and is a spin, and now she's tumbling down the order. Now from P4 only down to P17, just one spin, and it cost her all those positions. Oh, it's a bad day for her, as just one spin, like I said before, all it takes is one mistake and you just lose everything. Everybody's still very close between each other, and it's looking a very action-packed race today. I think a lot has already been happening. Zampa right now leading in P5 of this very big pack of 10 plus cars or so. Now up ahead, things are getting a little bit spread apart between the top 4. Brazy on his own, but Brazy does look like he's starting just a bit, getting on the grass over there. Meanwhile, Formula Maxim still trying to fight Charisma for P2, hanging in there, just falling in through. Charisma also trying to get some ground on Budweiser. Budweiser who's already 2 seconds up ahead, although Budweiser does seem to lose a little bit of pace. I remember he was closer to 3 seconds, and now the gap is down to 2.3. So as time moves on, as we go down the laps, we're gonna start seeing some guys struggle on those soft tires. Soft tires notoriously get very hot on this track. Lots of energy being put through those tires on this track. So as things keep moving on, Stenner still trying to hang on to the back of Zampa. Stenner having a very good showing in the Williams up to P6. Getting very close, but not quite close enough. Of course, it is a Williams against a Ferrari, not the easiest car to drive with that Williams. As there is a move, there's some fighting between Takumi and JL Ben. Takumi trying to make up some spots after a horrible qualifying session. Takumi trying to make it up in the race, in that racing point. Gets the move done on JL Ben. And Takumi has a lot of time to gain up, gets another penalty going wide off Cops. But he is on the move. Takumi is trying to get some ground back. Meanwhile, it is SSR Husky on DS Coffee. Husky also trying to make a move. Is he looking down the inside? Yes, he is. Husky holding it down. It is as my thing glitches. I don't know why it goes to a racing point as Husky has to concede a position. Looked like he was getting the move done, but wasn't able to. He has Coffee defense right back as Stenner gets passed by Remy into turn 1. The Stenner, ooh, trying to make a counterattack, but no. Oh, kind of tough to tell. I can't really say if Remy squeezed it out or not. I don't think he was expecting Stenner to just send it like that. Costing Stenner just a bit of time, and now Craig is through into P7. Stenner looks like just a little bit impatient, trying to put the car in places that maybe shouldn't be there. But either way, Stenner looking to make up some good fights here. Now it's right with Frisky right behind him. As we move up ahead, Remy is the one who looks like seems to be going the quicker out of this pack. Now right behind Zampa. Sorry about that. Just lots of things going on, and it's kind of tough trying to talk through without really taking a breath. But it's kind of hard not to take a breath with a lot going on already. So for the most part, most things have been single file. If we move back here, Dubsy also trying to make a move on Bennett to see if he can make anything happen with the DRS. Dubsy getting right behind, but not really trying to make a move. Dubsy may just be biding his time. He may just be riding out this pack. He knows that it's super hard to pass in this track. He may just be biding his time with those medium tires. As soon as everybody pits, he will most likely push as much as he can. So once he gets onto the softs, we'll be having the pace advantage later. Move up ahead again as things kind of settle. Remy on Zampa. Remy looks like he got the move down on Zampa. Gets it done. Remy up to P5 now in the McLaren. Very nice showing as there's more moves down the order. The lead Takumi tried to make a move on Arrow but didn't quite make it work. He is trying. Takumi opting out not to go side by side through there, probably the smart decision. So now we'll try to just hang on to him. Magus and Beckett. Ooh, another corner cut for Takumi. Ooh, is not getting any good alliance through there, but can he get a good exit out of here? Will be enough. Arrow seems to have this gain some traction out of there. Takumi not able to close that gap. Even with DRS, we'll have to make a move some other time. As we keep moving up, DS Coffee still trying to pass SSR Husky for P10, our last points paying position. As DS Coffee struggling just a bit with the Ferrari, Husky gaining just a bit of a gap, but not enough to get out of the DRS range. Meanwhile, Stenner looking to make up those lost positions from before. Stenner on the back of Craig with DRS, both of them with DRS. Stenner just about hangs it, but ooh, he makes a move on the outside. Can he hang it through? Ooh, just about. This outside turns into the inside. Craig will be able to make it. No, he won't. Loses that spot to Stenner. Stenner up to P7 now. Stenner into Williams, but ooh, there's a yellow flag somewhere in sector 1, and it's Zombie Kira again with another spin. Oh, it's a bad race for her today. Not really the best ones we've seen. Unfortunate to see. We're going to go back to Stenner and Zampa as they were fighting. Zampa also trying to regain P5 from Remy. We'll see. Zampa not able to close that gap. Only just about, can only follow him through. Ritzy also. But as DS Coffee on the back here regains the position on a Husky, as there is a McLaren and Williams pitting on lap 10, and that is Remy and Stenner heading already. Those soft tires must be getting old now. No doubt they're going to mediums as we go down the order. There's a lot of things going on. Example, almost by himself, or Rissy still trying to follow Craig through. So this is our closest one right now. Is Husky on Coffee? Can he make something happen? Looks for the inside. Just about sends it. Can they keep it nice? Yes, Coffee trying to defend as best as he can. Husky trying to out squeeze him. Can't really make it happen. They're still going side by side. Will one of them yield? Are they still going to go side by side through Cops? Yes, they will. Just about hangs it in there. There's some nice fighting going on. Yes, Coffee still trying to fight back, but still has to yield that position before coming in through there. That was probably the smart choice. Best not to go side by side through here. DS Coffee getting the advantage now. Now has DRS. Now he's able to launch a counterattack against Husky. Will be able to close that gap. Not quite. Can't quite close that gap just yet, as Ritzy picks up a speeding penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As all these soft runners are coming into the pits now, this is the time that most of them are changing into the mediums. And this is where the race will start changing just a bit. Soft strategy opening up for our drivers, although most of them have decided to do the undercut. The undercut notoriously powerful on this circuit. That means it'll be Charisma who will be inheriting the lead right now from Formula Maxim. A very decent size gap between the top three right now. As we go down here, DS Coffee still trying to fight Husky for that what's now P4, and they're still fighting even on these laps. DS Coffee still can't quite get a good traction advantage. It's a nice camera angle through here now. DS Coffee still trying to make it through. We'll see. Can he stick close to Husky? He needs to be glued on Husky if he wants to pass him down the hanger straight. Let's see. Can he get a good exit? Husky also looks like he's getting a good exit, but I think DS Coffee just got a good one too. Now he's able to take advantage of the DRS, makes the move on the inside, and it gets it done. Takumi also right behind Husky. Now he's coming up on all these drivers. Ooh, Husky! Ooh, just taps Coffee and just kind of destabilized him. At least there is no accident through there. Takumi also trying to join this fight, but Takumi on those softs. I think here's our last person on the softs who still hasn't hit. I think Takumi might be struggling just a bit now on those tires. tires must be close to being worn out, as now our medium runners are the ones to inherit the lead. So that means DS Coffee and SSR Husky are the ones fighting for P1 at the moment. Lots of people already pitting, as we see where everybody comes out. Zampa coming out in P12, and before the pit stops, he was in P4. So our net leader, if I remember correctly, was still Budweiser. Budweiser who comes out in P6. Budweiser having a very good race today, right behind JL Ben. JL Ben also on those mediums, but I do believe those are the old mediums. So Budweiser will be making do on this traffic. Meanwhile, we go up ahead. Husky is still trying to fight Coffee. All this fight is gonna eat up their race time and their tires, so this will be something to look out for. It's gonna be interesting to see when these guys are gonna pit, as Husky goes a little bit wide through there. Fortunately, doesn't catch a penalty, but just about everybody, as we come halfway done through this race, just about everybody has a penalty other than Budweiser, Maxim, Bradley, and Zampa. There's a move done on Remy and Bradley. Remy and Bradley fighting for P9. Remy gets quite done. Nothing going on there, as there's still more fighting up ahead. Dubsy, who's now in P4, trying to see if he can get past Takumi. Takumi, who still hasn't pit from those softs. Takumi pushing those softs as much as he can, is taking it really long, but I don't think it's working to his advantage. Takumi doesn't look like he's on the pace with the fresh medium runners, as Dubsy, getting a very good exit out of there, is looking to see on the inside. Will he try to make a move? No, he won't. We'll think better of it. We'll just let Takumi go, as there's still some fighting with DS Coffee and Husky. These guys still fighting it out even after 3 sore laps. Takumi trying to hang on, trying to see if he can take advantage. Let's go right on Takumi, get a better view. All of these guys going wide out of Beckett's, touching a bit of grass. Lots of things still going on. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my voice, to be honest. I kind of need some water. Takumi really struggling on those softs. Yeah, this is the point he has to pit. Those tires were getting close to dying. It doesn't look like his car was handling that grip any well, so that means Dubsy now inherits P3. Now he's coming up on this fight between DS Coffee and Husky. How will Dubsy handle this? If Dubsy's been paying attention, he would have seen both of these guys been fighting it out for the past 3 laps. So how will he try to get past? That will be something to know, as Budweiser, who's our provisional net leader, I believe, already up to P4 and catching up to this pack of top 3 cars. So that is something that the other to know. We'll see how the Budweiser will handle this. Charisma now not too far off Budweiser. Budweiser, who had a 2-second gap between him and Charisma, now is down to 1 second. So Charisma seems to be turning up the pace. He seems to be going just a little bit faster than Budweiser. We'll see if that will be a fight for the lead later on. Meanwhile, DS Coffee and Husky, these two are still very close between each other. We'll see, can DS Coffee still get another good run off Husky? Husky getting a bit of touch of grass. Coffee with DRS now, but no battery for Coffee. These guys been pushing for a couple laps already. Coffee trying to hang it on the inside, but can't really. But ooh, now you can't make it on the inside. Husky trying to outbrake them. These guys are still going side by side. This is getting an opportunity for Dubsy to join in on the battle. Dubsy right on the back of DS Coffee. This is making everybody bunch up. Budweiser too, who is on the fresh mediums. Now he's catched up to this pack. For now, we have a pack of 4 or 5 cars. We're all on different pace. Budweiser, who's on the fresher mediums, is going to be looking to try to get past all these guys as quick as he can. He's already looking to make a move on Dubsy already. Budweiser trying to get the slipstream on Dubsy. Dubsy might just have to let him go. They're side by side coming down this race, coming into Brooklands. Dubsy trying to hang it on, trying to defend from Budweiser, but Budweiser with the traction advantage gets it done on the inside and just goes through, and that allows for Charisma to also take advantage. Passing Dubsy, and Dubsy just getting eaten alive by these two. Although can't blame him, these guys are on their fresh beans, and these guys are super quick. Meanwhile, DS Coffee is still trying to fight Husky, but now they got Budweiser right behind him, and Budweiser is much more quicker right now. We'll see how will this affect this fight. Budweiser trying to see if he can make it through. Budweiser also with no PRS. We'll just have to rely. Oh, but Charisma just sends it on the inside, and Budweiser just almost gets a run, and that allows Dubsy to take advantage. It comes in between him and Charisma. Dubsy taking advantage, no hesitation. Gets back up to P2 as DS Coffee and Husky ended up going into the pits off the screen. If anybody noticed, those guys will be going on their fresher softs later on. Dubsy making a very beautiful move on Budweiser. Budweiser who just had a very bad moment, almost spun out, managed to keep it together, but now that allowed Charisma, who was our now race leader, to pull ahead. Charisma now will be looking to make that gap bigger. He'll be looking to run away from Budweiser as best as he can. We'll see if he can keep that first place. Meanwhile, Budweiser now must be getting a little bit frustrated now. He's going to be looking to try to make a move on Dubsy, and yes, he does. Dubsy will have to let him go. Dubsy, no doubt, will be coming in pretty soon too, as those mediums will be wearing on, as he will want to cut off Husky and Coffee. So, that was a lot going on, man. That was actually a lot going on. Anyways, but there's still more going on in the backfield. Looks like there was a bit of contact between Arrow and JL Ben. I couldn't quite catch it in time, but it looked like some contact happened between these two. No idea what happened, didn't really catch it. As we go somewhere down the middle of the field, Takumi, I mean, it looked like he was about to spin, didn't look like he did. Formula Maxim passing Dubsy now in the pits. So we'll see where he comes out. Brazy right now, this is our next closest battle going on. It's the battle for P4 between Brazy, Remy, and Zampa. So we'll see how this will turn out. Remy right behind him, getting close to Brazy. So we'll see how this fight will turn out. Remy right behind Brazy, glued to that gearbox. This will be interesting to see how well this fight will turn out. Remy on Brazy goes down to the inside. Gets the move done. And that is Remy up to P4. Brazy trying to hang on. Who now has Zampa right behind him. Zampa will also be trying to make up some spots. But Brazy not giving up just yet. Will stay glued to Remy. Will try to make a move down to Hanger Straight. And nice battle view we're having right now. Maggots and Beckett's Brazy. Zampa getting a much better exit than Brazy. Zampa right on the back of Brazy. They're both gonna go flying past Brazy, trying to make a move outside of Remy. Zampa trying to follow through, and they just squeeze out Remy. Remy had no choice but to give that out. But Zampa also still trying to make a move on Brazy. Brazy goes a bit wide, but ooh, Brazy goes off. Brazy goes off into the grass and just goes into the wall, and oh! And it's a retirement for Brazy. Will they bring out the BSC? It's a virtual safety car, and it's Brazy into the wall, and it's a bad day for Brazy. It's been going really good to really bad. Just the slightest tap of the wall, and his wheels just fell off. Oh, it's a bad one. That is unfortunate to say the least. No doubt. I'm sure he'll be fuming about that. Just the slightest touch and boom. His car just falls apart. So, not nice to see as the VSC ends and we're back under green. We'll see what is happening. Husky trying to make a move on Coffee now. This is a battle that's been going on for the last couple laps already. Husky trying to make the move done. Coffee still trying to hang it on the outside, but gets onto the gravel, loses some speed. That allows Husky to take advantage. And this will be the battle for P10 as we move up ahead. Remy is still trying to make the battle on Zampa. This is battle for P4. Remy not letting go of Zampa. Very unfortunate for Brazy. Brazy having a good day, and just the slightest touch just gets him off. Unfortunate. Husky still trying to fight Coffee, pushes him wide. This is still a fight that's still going on. It's been going on for the last couple laps already. Coffee trying to still follow Husky. These two have been battling it out for the past couple things already. Couple laps already. There's a move down the order. JL Ben getting past Billy and Penguin. Down the order. Another fight to be looking out though. BS Coffee is still trying and hanging on with Husky. BS Coffee about to sends it down the inside. Gets it done. These guys are just gonna be trading places throughout this whole race. There's no way I'm seeing these guys are gonna ever separate from each other. Every time one guy moves ahead, the other guy moves back ahead of him. So this fight will no doubt just keep going and going and going as we move up ahead. Now for the battle for P6, it's Ritzy on Stenner. Both these guys in the slower cars, the Alfa Romeo and the Williams. You guys battling it out for P6 as Budweiser looks like Budweiser's getting the pace back on. He just set the fastest lap. It looks like he's catching up to Charisma. Remy also right on the back of Zampa. This is the battle for P4 happening up right now. Brazy in the chat. Brazy, very unfortunate, man. I can't believe the game did that to you. It was the simplest of touches, and the game just decides, yep, your car is done. Unfortunate to see you, Brazy. I know you were doing really well. As we see Remy getting the move done on Zampa. This is the battle for P4. Remy getting it very nicely done. Can Zampa do any sort of counterattack? Not really. We'll just try to hang on with him. As we move back up ahead, something's been boiling up to now. Budweiser, who's now catching up to Charisma. Budweiser is now in the DRS range of Charisma. This will be the fight for the lead with 6-7 laps to go. We'll see how this will turn out. Budweiser with no ERS anymore. It will be kind of tricky to see how will he try to close up that gap with no ERS. Charisma also just almost in the same position with just a bit of ERS, but it looks like he'll be using it. No doubt he knows that DRS straight. If he can't defend against that, Budweiser will go through. We go back down the order. Remy still trying to follow Zampa through. This is the battle for P4. This is still going on as Takumi looks like he made a move on Craig just now through Cops. Craig trying to make a counterattack. Ooh, but Takumi squeezes him out kind of aggressively. But Takumi just has a moment, gets a bad exit out of there, and Craig takes advantage. Will no doubt try to get away from Takumi as much as he can. But there's a lot of fighting going on. There's some crazy racing going on. Lots of battles happening up and down the field. This is pretty difficult to catch on everything, but Takumi hanging on to Craig. This is the battle for P8. We'll see, but Takumi gets it all wrong out of the exit out of turn 3. Turns the car around to the full 360, and it's a bad one for Takumi. Takumi, who was hanging on for a good points finish, is now out of the points and fell down to P12. It's a bad one for Takumi. One mistake and is all it took for him to lose all that progression. Meanwhile, as we move back up ahead, Husky and Coffee, who've been battling it out for the past 20 minutes are still fighting for P9. These guys have not let go a single lap. This is still going on. As the same can be said for Zampa and Remy. Zampa trying to get back up to P4. Zampa getting the move done. Why am I going into a racing point? Remy trying to hang out on the outside, but still has to let go. Zampa getting that move done for P4. This is another fight that's been going on for the past 10 minutes already. As just 4 laps left to go. There's almost not enough time for this race to finish. We'll see where everybody will be finishing. Zampa, who's our only driver without a penalty, will be the only one with the advantage in this fight, like for P4. Stenner and Ritzy closing down on Remy and Zampa. Remy trying to make another move happen again. It's Remy on the outside, Zampa tucking in behind him, trying to get some draft. And will just falling through. Remy gets up to P4 yet again. These guys are going to be keeping on switching places lap after lap. This is just not going to go down. It's going to go down to the wire. And it's a safety car, and it's Budweiser. Is Budweiser gone? And I have no idea what happened. Budweiser's car is just off into Magnus and Beckes, and you can see his car off into the distance. And oh, it's a bad one for Budweiser. Very unfortunate. Budweiser, having the race of his life, was on pole, was fighting for P1 with Charisma, but it looked like he just got it wrong through Magnus and Beckes, and it just sent them flying into the wall. And it's a full safety car for everybody. Budweiser, who was doing so well into P2, well ahead of everybody. As you can see, the gap between Charisma and Formula Maximum, there's a good 15-second gap. Charisma and Budweiser were just on a class of their own, but now it's been all demolished. Budweiser doing so well is now being crashing out. It's an unfortunate day for a Racing Point. You hate to see it. Budweiser obviously leaving the session. I'm sure he is not happy about that one bit. Oh, how unfortunate. As now that the safety car has been coming out, loads of people are coming into the pits. Loads of people are switching onto the soft. Zampa and Remy opting out to go in and change onto the softs. This race is still not over. There's 3-4 laps left. Because now with the safety car, those gaps are all going to come down. Charisma, who had the advantage with the 15-second gap, now has Formula Maximum right behind him. And Stenner also as well into the podium places with the Williams. Stenner having a very good race right now with the Williams. But now, Charisma, who was in the lead, fighting Budweiser, now has to fight a whole pack of cars, trying to chase him down. Formula Maximum right behind him. Stenner, Ritzy just came through, as DS Coffee was going to be the one on those fresh softs, or I believe those are our fresh softs, are going to be coming right behind him. And DS Coffee, from on a paper standpoint, will be looking to have the advantage on those fresh softs. Those will be interesting to see. 3 laps left. There's still all to play for. Lots of things going on. I still haven't pulled up the penalties, but at this point, I think I'd rather not look at it. I'd rather this be a very dramatic ending. No doubt, lots of people will still be, as soon as we cross the line, lots of people are still going to be jumping places. But instead of spoiling the race, we're just going to see how this is going to play out, as the rest of the people are also joining back. Dubsy on the softs. But actually now, with the only thing we will see, let's see who is on the fresher tires. And Dubsy, Husky, and Coffee are the ones who started on the mediums or are now on the softs. So these guys will probably have the best advantage right now. DS Coffee and Husky, who've been fighting for the past 15, 20, 25 minutes. I mean, these guys, they've already been used to fighting this whole entire time, so now they're going to fight their way up the field. Dubsy too. Dubsy also looking to be able to finish strong today, as we have Takumi right behind him. Remy who opted out to go in during that safety car, who now has fresh softs. No doubt Remy's going to be looking to make lots of places. There's only going to be maybe 2 laps of green. This safety car will probably go in now this lap, so we'll see how this is going to turn out. Billy and Penguin separating Xantho. Remy and Xantho, who's been fighting out the past 10 laps also. That's been something that's been going on. Xantho with the fresh sauce. As, yep, the safety car is going in. So guys, don't miss this ending. There's 2 laps left. Still all to play for. Will Charisma be able to hang on to P1? Will Charisma be able to win today's race? We'll yet to see. There's 2 laps left. We'll see what will be going on as we will get berating this. Charisma trying to see if he can get the jump on everybody. And off he goes. His green racing as there's a Williams and his Stenner. Stenner just bent it into the wall. There's a Williams into the wall. Stenner, who's in P3, looking to have a good race, and is just all gone down forward. Zombie Kira also looked like she got collected with Stenner's wrecked Williams, and it's a bad one for Stenner. Stenner just getting the worst restart he would ever have. Remy looked like something happened between here, because there's already a big gap between Dubsy and Remy. Remy holding up all these guys up, but as we go up, we will see if anybody's trying to make any moves. DS Coffee already up to P3, who already got past Formula Maxim. DS Coffee now trying to look for P2. There's another yellow into off the tire, but we're not going to switch up to that car just yet. We're going to see if DS Coffee will be able to get the move for P2. Meanwhile, Charisma just trying to run away with it. He knows that he is in a position to win this race. As long as he can keep his nose clean, as long as there's no mistakes, he can still win this race. DS Coffee still trying to chase down Rissy, but just getting it all wrong through Maxim Beckett's. Not able to get the move done on Rissy. Rissy still hanging on to P2 as Center leaves the session because he crashed out for no obvious reason. I don't know why he did that. Unfortunate for Stenner, the Stenner continuing that streak of spinning and spinning. You hate to see it. Meanwhile, Remy gets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:28 flat. Still lots of things going on, but we move back up ahead. This is the last lap. Will DS Coffee make a move on Ritzy? Ritzy with the older mediums, but DS Coffee not having the best of exits, is letting Ritzy go by. Formula Maxim looks like he'll be able to capitalize on this. Will he be able to get back up to P3? We will see. Meanwhile, Charisma still building up that gap. He's up to 1.8, almost to 2 seconds. I wonder if that's going to be enough to offset any penalties he has, as there's still lots of things going on. Formula Maxim still trying to follow DS Coffee. Husky right behind Maxim. This is the battle for P5 right now between Remy and Dubsy. Remy trying to get the advantage right now on Dubsy. Ooh, Remy with so much more better grip on those brand new fresh softs. He's going to be looking to move to get done on Dubsy. Dubsy swings to the right, trying. Remy unable to get it done, and it looks like this race might be right now in P1. He crosses the line. Will he stay in P1? He made that gap up to 3 seconds. Can he keep P1? Yes, he can. And as the rest of the guys come through, it's Formula Maxim into P2 with SSR Husky in P3, Ritzy P4, Remy P5, Bradley Johnson, who was at the back of the field at the beginning of the race, has now moved up to P6. Craig Conley right behind him, P7. DS Coffee looked like who had the majority of penalties is dropped down to P8. Billy and Pringen in P9 and Arrow in P10. And that is our top 10 for today's race. I gotta say, this has probably been the most action-packed race I'd ever had the pleasure of commentating. I don't think I took a breath for all those 26 laps. My throat is literally dry. It is actually amazing. Oh, wow. What a race did we have in our hands. Is an Emu for the win. Our residential Emu has won the race. And is our driver of the day, Bradley Johnson. Amazing driving from everybody. Lots of racing. So much going on. And it's come down to this. What an amazing race. Just amazing. Wow. Well, now that I can take a breath, I can actually have a chance to look at the stream. This entire time, I have not looked at the chat. Now that I can, thank you, Bezo Tiflondon, if I said that name right. Thank you for following. You also asked if this is PS4. No, this is Xbox. So, SSR is an Xbox only league as of right now. So, wow. Look at the way everything ended, man. That is an amazing race. Husky, who came out with a podium. He was fighting DS Coffee for the longest, and now he ended up to the podium. Formula Max in P2 and Charisma for P1. But we just gotta mention Brazy, Budweiser, and Stenner. All three of these guys who were fighting so hard, they were just making the best moves possible, and now they just DNF'd. You hate to see it. All these guys were doing so well. Shout out to them. No shame in what they did today. They drove their hearts out. So, that concludes RPL. I gotta say, an action-packed RPL. Now, I don't believe we will be doing any interviews. I don't think we do that for RPL. So, that was very eventful. I hope all you guys enjoyed that. That was probably one of the best races I've ever seen in this league. And I hope all you guys enjoyed. So, that concludes RPL. If you guys are still here watching, just remember, tomorrow is Thursday. We have Formula 2 Thursdays. Formula 1 tiers. Formula 1 Tier 1 Friday, Tier 2 Saturday, and Tier 3 on Sunday. Make sure you guys followed SSR. Make sure you guys followed the Twitch channel. Stay up to date. Get those sandwiches in, as we still have lots of racing for this weekend. I would mention to you where we're racing, but I don't have a list as to where. So, anyways, guys, stay tuned. We have F2 tomorrow on Thursday, same time, same place. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. And that concludes today's stream.